What will you do with the fastest internet service? According to USA Today News, 25 gig internet service is now available in the United States. 25 gigabytes is a very high-speed service. In Japan, 10 gigabytes would be the fastest service. This service seems to be available for $1,500 per month for a home use plan. It is difficult to decide whether to consider it expensive or inexpensive since it is so extremely fast. To begin with, what would one use a speed of 25 gigabytes for? According to EBP, the company that provides it, the Chattanooga Convention Center appears to be the first user. So it's not for the average homeowner. Even if there are thousands of visitors, they can hold business meetings, huge gaming events, and it seems to be about making live streaming events possible. Now, to begin with, there is the question of whether it is possible to use 25 gigabytes of high-speed internet. Let's consider a simple configuration. 25 gig is just the line between one building or facility and the internet. First, consider the inside of a building or facility. To begin with, even if the speed from the internet to the building is fast, it is meaningless if the inside is slow. The fastest LAN cable is Category 8 with a maximum speed of 40 gigabits per second. It is sold on Amazon for about $10 for 5 meters, which is not that expensive. So the cable is fine, but the problem is the interface with the router and the PC. I use Mac most of the time, but Apple's official guide is up to 10 gigabit. This means that if you are planning to use the system in a typical home, you will be limited to a maximum of 10 gigabits access from a single device. To get the most out of 25 gigabits, you would need to use it from multiple devices at the same time, which would be difficult to do at home. In other words, it was easy to imagine that a 25 gig line would not be usable, at least for residential use. As the case study shows, the source client for the connection would be a large-scale convention center, which would be a good use case. Especially for gaming events, low latency is desirable, so quality circuits are needed. Now, on the other hand, let's look at the server side. This is that end of the internet. These days, it is common to be connected to the cloud. In reality, the cloud is just a physical server. Think about the part that goes from the internet into the cloud. Structurally, there is an environment called an edge location near the internet, and beyond that is the main unit of the cloud. Edge locations are primarily where system-heavy content is placed. Generally, web page images, videos, etc. are placed in the edge locations. Let's take YouTube videos as an example. No matter what kind of person watches the video available for viewing is the same, right? If you are watching this video right now and someone else watches this video, it will play exactly the same. This kind of content that will be the same no matter who watches it is called static content, and such content is placed in edge locations. Conversely, Amazon's purchase history is all different for each customer. The part of the business process that requires different data for each person is placed in the cloud. As you can see from the configuration, it is a case of being able to get the data at the edge location fast enough to take advantage of high-speed internet service. Access to the cloud side, which is waiting at the back end of the network, will be slower than those at the edge locations because it also requires data processing. In other words, if complex processing is done on the cloud side, it will not be fast, so speeding up the network will not make much sense. Then we can see the use case for a 25 gigabit internet access service such as the one presented here. As a source client, this is a case where a large number of people are accessing the system simultaneously and high speed is required. Also, if we consider the server side of the connection destination, the effect of high speed and high capacity is data that would be placed in edge locations. If these conditions apply, a high-speed service such as 25 gigabit should be used. Conversely, if such use cases are not possible, there is no point in increasing the speed. By the way, the story so far is only as of 2022. As networks become faster, more applications are developed to support them, and the number of users increases, different use cases will emerge. I think it is a good idea to read the trends of the times and consider what kind of environment is optimal. This channel will quickly bring you interesting tech news. If you're interested in watching again, please subscribe to the channel and wait for the next video. Thank you very much.